Again, beautiful people. So we're doing this one more time. Probably not one more time. It's probably going to be a lot more times because people keep begging me to make videos, which is so amazing. Speaking of amazing, so the first video just hit 100,000 views, and I just hit 10,000 followers on Twitter. Mind you, before I posted the video 2 days ago, I had 40 followers on Twitter. So this has been a wild ride, and I am so beyond appreciative. I'm not even going to attempt to put it into words anymore because it's beyond me. I am fully not processing this. Like, I can't wrap my head around what 100,000 means. So I'm just not gonna try. I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. So, once again, tons of questions. Lots of questions, and I will get through them as fast as I can. The goal for every video is to see if we can get it shorter than the last one. Maybe one day we'll have a video that isn't 20 minutes long. We'll see. Yeah, so here is my favorite part of the video that I'm sure will be a very consistent thing. The disclaimer section. So, yeah, disclaimer / preface. Everything I'm about to say to you is not cold hard fact, and it is not evident. That doesn't make sense. It's not, nothing is fact. Everything I'm going to say is purely my speculation and my interpretation of, wow, hair, what are you doing? Purely my speculation and interpretation. So, yeah, I'm just gonna jump in. So the question so many people have been sending me is, when is he gonna come back? I'm still operating under, I still think he's coming back. That's pretty much the point of my entire theory overall, is I think he's coming back. The best guess that I have, and that a lot of people agree with me on, is that he'll be back for the second half of the Otra tour, because as many people know, Otra had first half of the tour, or the first leg of the tour, with all the South Asian, sorry, I'm getting texts, all the countries that were basically not America, and the UK, so everyone else. That sounded super problematic. I didn't mean that to be problematic. Yeah. So that was pretty much the first half of the tour, and so they had that half the tour, and then they're gonna have a 2-month break. So there's so much speculation about what's gonna happen over the 2-month break. Everyone has theories. Nobody thinks this break is gonna be low-key. No one, and I agree. I think shit's gonna hit the fan. But my guess is that he will be back in time for the US leg of the tour, because as far as I know, and as far as everything I've seen, the US leg of the tour, that was where they were really not doing as well with ticket sales and stuff. And a lot of people have been saying that they think that's because Where We Are tour and Otra were so close together, like there was no break. Like Where We Are tour ended, I think September-ish of last year, and then they're back. When did Otra even start? Was it February, March? I don't remember. All I know is I was awake at 4 o'clock in the morning watching it on Vine, and it's a blur. I don't even remember when it was. So yeah, and a lot of people have also been saying that the reason for that might be because, once again, we have no facts on when their contract is running out. But some people think that if their contract with Modest or Psycho, whoever, is running out, that's the reason that they put the tours so close together, is because they're trying to milk them for everything they can while they still can. Again, no cold hard evidence there, just a theory. So a lot of people want to know about the 5th album, because they are set to start recording the 5th album soon. And they want to know if Zayn's going to be on it. That's really hard, because same thing with him coming back to tour. I do believe that him coming back to tour for the US half is the intention, because that would boost ticket sales. As far as the album, that's very difficult because we don't really know a release date on the album yet. You know, we know when they typically release the album because it's pretty consistent every year. But you know, things could change always. Things can always change, and I don't know if they will hold off on releasing the album. Like, if he's not back in time, if they'll hold off on releasing the album, or if they will, you know, if he will come back soon enough that he can be part of the recording. I don't know. He just might not be on the 5th album. I don't know if that's how far they want to take this. You know, that one is, there's very little surrounding what the recording schedule is and all that. There's very little information, so it's really hard to speculate on any of that. Okay. Zeri. Let's talk Zeri. So, like I said in the last video, I really am still, I'm pretty unsure what the deal is with Zeri. Is it real? Is it a PR relationship? I still really don't have an answer for you. Like I said, I'm operating under the assumption that it's a PR relationship. That's not necessarily the truth. They could very much be in a relationship and just be doing all of this for PR because they both want to help their bands out, which I don't blame them. Hell yeah. Great opportunity. That's something I'm going to get back to, is this idea of doing all of this for their careers and opportunity and all that. But we'll get back there. So a lot of people are saying, they keep asking about Zeri, and they're saying, well, you think Zeri isn't real. If Zeri isn't real, why does he have the tattoo? The tattoo is a big thing that people keep coming up, or keep asking me about. If you don't know, Zayn has a, we know he has the tattoo. Supposedly it's of Perry. Little Mix has said that he got the tattoo of Perry, but again, you know, depends how much you want to trust what we hear. But I will tell you, that was when I started to doubt Zeri. That was the big thing for me, is what's he doing having a tattoo of Perry on his arm if they're not really together? I don't know. That's one of those things I can't disprove. Maybe it's just a tattoo. Maybe it's not of Perry, and they used that as something. But you know, I don't know. That's, you know, I'm just gonna throw that out there, guys. I really appreciate you trusting my interpretation, my opinion of this, and asking me all your questions and wanting my answer. But I'll keep saying it over and over again. I know as much as you guys. I'm just speaking what I have in my head. But I think it's important to make those points. I think it's really important to make points like that, because the tattoo is absolutely something that can't be explained away. You know, we don't have enough evidence to write that off as whatever it may or may not be. And so, yeah, I think it's an important part of the conversation. It's something to keep in mind before drawing any conclusions. So, while we're on the topic of Zeri, though, a lot of people are asking about all the Instagram posts that are going up right now. If you don't know, Zayn and Perry and his family, and I believe Perry's mom as well. I think that's what I saw. All of them are in France right now, and we're getting lots of Instagram posts, lots of selfies of Zayn's sisters and Perry and Zayn, and a lot of people are like, "What's going on? You know, is this part of it? Oof, what is this hair doing? Is this part of it?" And yes. Yes, absolutely. Instagram posts are part of this. Again, I'm not making a call, and right now I'm not talking about whether the relationship is PR or not. What I am talking about is these actions are absolutely PR. Because, like I talked about, the trigger for me to know that something was going on was conflicting narratives. And the pictures on Instagram, that's huge conflicting narrative, because like we all know, the initial story was Zayn left One Direction to be a normal 22-year-old. Now, Zayn going on a trip with his family and spending time with them away and his fiance, yeah, that definitely fits the normal 20, or, you know, the not being famous. Going away, trying to have a vacation, totally. completely fits that narrative. Posting on all over social media where all of your followers are fans and people who buy things from you, basically. Mm-mm. That's mm-mm. Mm-mm. But that's very important for people to be noticing because, you know, I think that's an overarching theme of this whole thing, is that if Zayn really left for the purpose and again, I'm not talking about his mental health or what he wants in life or anything like that, but if this was really him being gone to be normal and to stop being famous, he would be lying low. Simple as that. Because he just left the band a week ago. We're on 1 week and 1 day right now. And he knows. He's not, this kid isn't stupid. None of them are stupid, but they're not stupid. They know that all eyes are on them right now. Zayn knows everyone in the world is looking at him right now because he's the kid who just dropped out of One Direction. Of course everyone is paying attention to him right now. So if he was really interested in the whole being normal thing, he would be doing everything he could to stay out of the spotlight and to be lying low and to not be drawing attention to himself. And posting selfies all over Instagram, nah. Mm-mm. Those are meant to be seen. We're supposed to know that he and Perry and his family are in France right now. We are absolutely supposed to know that. This is kind of related to the idea of Zeri. Everyone keeps asking me about people tweeting things, the family specifically. People are so interested in Zayn's sisters posting things and Louis' sisters posting things and family members liking things and following. Okay, this is what I have to say on this. What their family does on social media is never going to, in my mind, count as hard evidence. Because that is so, it's just so, it holds so little weight to me because it's just, we'll never know how much the family is involved. You know, if they're part of stunting, if they even know what's going on. Also, it is very hard to know whose Instagram or Twitter or whatever is real. You know, for example, people keep talking about when the Louis Naughty Boy thing happened, how Fizzy and Phoebe, wow, Fizzy and Phoebe both tweeted in response. As far as I know, neither of those Twitters are real. As far as I know, the only Tomlinson family members who have Twitter are Lottie and Joanna J. As far as I know, those are the only people who have Twitter. Yeah, so it's the family member thing. Basically, don't ignore it, but don't make it the sole piece of your argument because it's so difficult to know how credible anything in that area is. Yeah, that's what I have to say on that. Ooh, so I'm jumping around in my notes because I'm trying to like make a through line here. So just like, oh, okay. Also, speaking of tweets, so many people want to know about the 4 more years tweet that Zayn posted March 2011, March 25th, 2011, exactly 4 years before he quit One Direction. So the tweet was supposedly posted and then deleted. I think a lot of people have already proved that that's not real. But I don't know for sure. But again, Twitter, any kind of social media action is really, you really have to be critical. You have to look at it with a critical eye because it could be nothing, it could be everything. We'll really never know. As far as that specific event, I'm gonna go, don't worry about it, discredit it, because I believe we're pretty sure it's not real. So, but yeah, I just want to keep making that point. Look at anything social media related with a critical eye. Because the most important thing, I've said this before and I'll keep saying it, the most important thing when it comes to trying to organize your thoughts on a theory is look at the narrative. Whatever the narrative is, that's where you should be focusing on whether or not the narrative makes sense. And it's really hard to contribute social media action to the narrative because it's so random, and it can't really be organized that well to be part of an overarching narrative. But while we're on Twitter, the Naughty Boy cryptic tweets, those are real. They're all there. Go for a little journey through Naughty Boy's Twitter. Go on a little adventure. Just go scrolling through. It's a hot damn mess. There's a lot of tweets in there that are very cryptic. Very super cryptic. And a lot of them allude to, in my opinion, the situation. And I'm not going to tell you what to think about them. I'm going to let you, I would like you to come up with your own interpretation. But I am going to say, in my opinion, a lot of them sound like he's trying to hint at the fact that we don't know everything. Yeah, basically, we don't know everything. And a lot of it to me sounds like he's potentially saying there could be some stunting going on. That's my interpretation. And I think it's very interesting, and it really makes you think about where we should stand as far as Naughty Boy goes. Because, of course, no one's happy that Zayn is supposedly off recording it with Naughty Boy. Even though it was proven that the demo he released it's not really Zayn's new single, it's an old One Direction demo, which is very interesting because we were made to believe that he's going solo. We were given evidence that he's going solo, and then it wasn't real. So, what does that mean for the narrative? We'll get there. Well, we'll kind of get there. We'll probably actually end up getting there in the next video I'm going to make. The next video I'm going to make, I think, is going to be about fan psychology and what management teams, what their thought process is when it comes to fans. So that's probably when I'll end up addressing that. I've been skipping around in my notes so much, so let me see what I've already talked about. Crying emotional boys. Okay, so this is something that keeps coming up. People keep wanting to know, are the boys in on it? Why would they agree to it? If they are in on it, if they did agree to it, why were they so emotional at the last few concerts? Because a lot of people, we have seen, everyone's seen the videos. The boys looked pretty emotional at the last couple concerts, especially Zayn, his last few shows. Supposedly, there are videos, I mean, I've seen the videos, I'm saying supposedly because with short videos like that and stuff, there's context is everything, and there's very little context. Supposedly, we see Zayn is crying multiple times throughout the concert. And then we've got Liam getting emotional when he sings Zayn's solos and all this kind of stuff. People are saying, are they just acting? I'm not going to say no because it's very possible. But I don't think that's what's going on. It's very unlikely to me. I kind of, again, this is one of those things, I do believe that a lot of the boys doing what they're doing is because they're under contract. I really do think that's true. And I can imagine this is very difficult for them. I can imagine, even if they've agreed to this, Zayn is going to be gone for quite a while. They're going to be separated. Zayn's image is, as we all know, getting fucked up. And I really think that that's hard for them. So, are they actually getting emotional? We don't know. Those videos could be anything. If they are getting emotional, are they getting emotional on purpose so we see them getting emotional, or are they legitimately emotional? I don't know. I really don't know. But to me, I can imagine that this is hard for them, so I wouldn't be surprised if they are getting emotional about this. I know a bunch of people are going to get excited when I say this because people have not stopped asking. Larry. So there's no point in me denying it because it's in my Twitter bio, obviously. I'm Larry as fuck. I have been Larry as fuck for 4 years, I think. A long damn time. I've believed in Larry for a long damn time. And a lot of people have asked me to make a Larry video. I will hopefully get to it. Hopefully. I will get to it. But it's one of those things I want to organize my receipts first, because receipts are the most important thing, and I don't really have them as, like, 5 years worth of receipts I need to gather versus this situation where it's a couple months. So, I will make you a Larry video. I promise. So my boyfriend just texted me and said that I apparently have a fan page. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Anyway. So is Larry real, and are they using Larry? This is big. People want to know if they're queer baiting, basically. So I will just say off the bat, I believe in Larry. You don't have to believe in Larry. I'm gonna make that video eventually, and we'll have that conversation at some point. Right now, I want to have this conversation. So people want to know if they're using Larry for, for promo and publicity. I think it's very likely, to be honest with you, because I do believe initially that Louis and Harry were told you can't act like you're together. And that's why we saw such like a stark contrast between when they started out and when they stopped interacting at all. Because I do believe that originally they believed it would be a problem. It has become very evident, if you've been keeping up at all, that most of the world is totally fine with Larry at this point. A lot of people, basically anyone who knows about the situation, most of us are cool with Larry, if not like super supportive of Larry. And it's the seeding. That's something that I'll talk about in the other video. There's been so much seeding of Larry. So basically Larry has been thrown back into the narrative. We're supposed to be thinking about it. And I definitely think anything controversial like that is put into the narrative is put in purposefully to draw attention. Does it count as queer baiting? That's difficult. First of all, I think it really depends on what you think is queer baiting and what isn't. Because if they are legitimately together, is it queer baiting? I don't know. I'm not positive where that would be. If they're not together, which I don't believe, but if they are not together and they're using Larry as, something to draw people's attention, then yes, it's queer baiting, and that's pretty fucked up. But I don't know. I still believe in Larry though, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I think, yeah, here we go. Last question. This is probably the biggest question I've been getting. 100,000 people have watched my video now. The video, I believe, has 11,000 likes. I have 10,000 followers on Twitter. So people know now. I'm not gonna say I have brought down Modest because I'm not an arrogant asshole. But I am gonna say I've made a lot of points and I've got a lot of people thinking. So a lot of people want to know, first of all, if Modest even noticed that I've done this, which they have. Hey guys. Sorry, not sorry. Are they going to change the narrative now that a lot of people know? If this is, speaking of, only if I'm completely right. If I'm right on everything and I've exposed everything, which I highly doubt every point I've made is correct. I think there's so much I am probably and definitely wrong on. But if for some ungodly reason, I'm right about everything. And now everyone knows it ruins Modest's plan. And are they going to change it? No. No, I don't think so. They might change details? Maybe? But I think once something this big is in motion, no, you don't just stop it. Just because, speaking of, I know that, 100,000 people is a fucking lot, and me having 10,000 followers on Twitter is a lot, but that's not the whole world, That's not every One Direction fan in the world. How many millions of people follow One Direction on Twitter? There's a lot of people. It's a lot of damn people who they are probably still convincing. So, I think they're gonna follow through no matter what. And like I said in the last video, even if people know, the point is, they're still getting headlines, they're still making more money. Don't know if you saw the Billboard article, but apparently One Direction album sales have jumped 51% since Zayn left. So that's a coincidence, They didn't plan on that or anything. Yeah. Ooh, why did I just turn to a ghost? I have a really bad camera, I'm sorry. Anyway, so no, I don't think they're going to change the plan. They might change details, but I think the overall plan is still going to go through. The rebrand is still going to happen. And the other thing too is, I'm going to sound arrogant for a second. If they didn't want us to know, they should have hidden their receipts better. Because we ain't stupid. Someone was going to put it together sooner or later, and trust me, just because I made the videos does not mean I'm the one and only chosen one who noticed. I am not the only one who noticed. A lot of fucking people noticed. So, yeah, they didn't want us to notice. They should have done a better job of hiding it. Alrighty, so that's not true. There is one more question that I have been getting consistently, and it is, will I adopt you? I happily accept all the nominations I've gotten for Fandom Mother. I think y'all are crazy. No, I don't actually. I think it's really sweet. It's so overwhelming that you guys are saying that. So yes, I will happily adopt you all. I happily accept all nominations. This is so funny. I'm sorry. I happily accept all nominations for Fandom Mother and Fandom Queen. Honestly, I'm waiting for can't even say it. I'm waiting for a crown. But unfortunately, I will not marry you. I think my boyfriend wouldn't be too happy about that, so sorry. I think, he and I are going to hold off on the polygamy for a little while. Wow, I'm an asshole. Why do you people listen to me talk? Okay, so that is everything I've got. Pretty much, yeah. I'm gonna link so much stuff in the description. I got so much for you guys. Oh, that's another thing. So many people have been asking for my social media. Why, I don't know, but you have been. So I'll link it, I'm not telling you to follow me or anything. You don't have to. You don't. If you wanna see my stupid vines that are not funny and my really atrocious selfies on Instagram, by all means, have a field day. I'm not gonna stop you. So I'll link everything below. I'm also gonna link so many people to you who are so important right now. Oh my goodness, so many people are talking now, and so many people are, keeping the discussion going, and so many people have good things to say. So I'm gonna link all the people who I think are important, and I just want to do a quick shout out to the people who have been, my bros in all of this, and have been talking to me, and, are, hardcore fam for me, and, I swear I'm gonna forget people. And if I do, I'm so sorry, and you are not, it's not that you're not important to me, it's just that, my head has been spinning. My phone hasn't stopped going off for 3 days, basically. I had to mute Twitter. My head is spinning. So, Kate, always Kate. Kate till the day I die. Fucking Kate. Kate, Caroline, Victoria, Dana, oh my god, so many other people. And everyone just went out of my head. But those are my babes. Everyone else who is important will be linked, and Yeah. 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 That's all I have to say, I think. You guys are crazy and I love you. I'm so glad we're all crazy together. I'm not saying you're crazy like you're crazy. I'm saying you're crazy like, holy shit, you've all watched me talk for about an hour and a half now. You guys are insane. And I love you so much. I'm just so overwhelmed and I'm so happy. I don't remember being this happy in a long time, you guys. I'm so happy that the fandom is what it is right now. It's this giant group of people who are talking and communicating and having a dialogue and being supportive and kind, and you guys are amazing. I've always known this fandom was amazing, but you keep proving it to me every single day, and I love you. That's all I gotta say. I love you guys. Yeah, there will always be more videos to come. Subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to hear me talk more, go for it. Second video, fourth video. God, I can't even talk. Fourth video, hopefully Sunday, maybe? Life is wild. I have to work. That's the other thing too. Oh my god, I know you have so many questions and you have so much you want to talk about. I'm doing my best, guys, but a bitch is tired. A bitch has got 2 jobs, a bitch goes to college full time, and I'm in the middle of like 2 plays right now, so I'm doing the best I can. But videos will be coming as fast as I can make them. I'm sure I've forgotten things. I will talk about them in the future. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for this opportunity to speak my mind and let me contribute to the fandom that means the world to me. And thank you for being a part of this. This is the most incredible part of this journey for me. I love you guys. Hit me up on Twitter if you want to talk. BradfordBoy2K15. I love you all so much. I'll talk to you soon.